I walked into Subway today, and not gonna lie,
Smelled good.
oh, it didn't smell good. This one did
What?
not. I don't know why? It did. It just. I was looking for it too. That's like when we talked about it last week. It kind of got me like thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? I haven't had Subway in forever. I really only have a Subway and Chipotle by me, so I was like, fuck it. And then the smell just did not hit for me this time.
That's tough. That's tough. Hate to hear that. I haven't had Subway in a bit either, so it is what it is. All right, you good to go?
Yep.
All right, 3, 2, 1. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Top 10 Tuesday on a Wednesday. We're a day late because Cyber Monday threw us off a little bit, but we are back with our normal setup of Michael on Zoom back in Chicago. Mike, how was Thanksgiving? How was being back in Indy for a second?
It was good. It's good to see everybody, see my family, see my friends. Got to do a live show, which was awesome. But back to the basics, I
Back to the
guess.
grind. Now, if it does feel today was the first normal day in a while, and it felt nice to just like work and just like have routine. Routine is like everything. If I'm not in a routine, I just feel chaotic.
I still haven't unpacked from coming back from Thanksgiving though, so I need to do that.
Tough. So you
That
just
is something.
yeah. But
But then
today
once
we
I do that, I'm in routine again.
yeah. So today we are doing an interesting one, and it kind of outside of our mold of generic like broad topics. We're doing top 10 bucket list items. So Michael and I were discussing a little bit pre-show. This was a difficult one because you could do broad, like that would apply to everyone, or very specific ones. I'll say for me personally, this was the quickest list I ever made because I already have this list. I don't know if you already had a pre-written bucket list. I have a bucket list. So all I had to do was pick out my top 10 of those. So I think I have like 15 to 20 on my actual bucket list. I just picked out my 10 favorites, the ones that stood out to me. But and then ranking them was the hardest part. But getting the actual 10 items was pretty easy for me. How about you, Mike?
Are they not actually ranked on the bucket list you have? That they're not
Mm-mm.
actually ranked there? They're
No, why,
just
why would you rank them on the actual bucket list? They're all basically equal in my eyes.
no. You definitely, or at least tiered. There should be tiered or something because
Mm-mm.
I don't know. There's definitely some. If I have a personal bucket list and I ever make one and I actually have it, you definitely got to rank them at least. Because you'd rather do one than the other. You'd rather have that happen than the other thing happen.
But I'm gonna
Like
do
there's
them all.
always rankings.
I'm gonna do them all
Okay.
though.
Okay.
Yeah,
Then,
so it doesn't matter.
well, some of my bucket list items are also not that realistic at all.
Interesting. So you didn't have a list before this? You didn't have like a already written out bucket list?
No, I mean I definitely have like 5 to 7 in my head, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but never really written out.
It's fair. So that being said, my list is strictly for me and by me, and it's very personalized towards me. So anyone who I'm getting ahead of the comments right now. People are like, oh, it's so specific. No one cares about this, this, and this. I'm like, shut up. It's my list. So I can't lose this week. I don't care what the vote says. I can't lose this week because I can only be right about my opinion. So I'm right no matter what. That's my spin zone for this week.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
I mean, I can't be wrong about my opinion. So
Okay, then I can't be wrong about my opinion.
yeah, but we could say it literally every week. Now that I think about it. All right. So you just want to get into it?
Yeah, here I'll put a number on the calculator, and then
Okay.
you've got to guess if it's even or odd, and
Okay.
then who get it right, you get to choose the order.
All right. I like it. You got it?
No, this is so hard.
What do you mean? You type a number.
All right, I got it.
It's odd.
It is odd. It was 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, wait, I
Um,
I could do a big number here, but that doesn't change the fact that it's either just gonna be even or odd. So, all
since
right.
I'm not very worried about repeats this week, I'm gonna go second, and I'll let you take the floor first. I want to end the show, so I will go
Okay.
second. You can start us off with your number 10 bucket list item. Michael Bailey, the floor is yours.
All right, yeah. Mine, obviously, a little bit of my background. I'm a big sports fan. I like going to sports games, watching sports on TV. So bucket list of mine has always been sitting courtside at like an NBA playoff game. Preferably NBA Finals game, preferably Pacers. But sometimes that might not be realistic or anything like that. But sitting courtside, I know obviously the tickets are stupid expensive, everything like that, but I think that would be a really cool, unique, once in a lifetime experience. And I'm talking courtside, not behind the baskets. I want on
Mm.
the side of the
You're
actual
on
court.
the wood. On the wood.
Yeah, like right next to Drake, like right there.
Are you gonna be shit talking? You gonna be like in their ear, or are you gonna play it
I
cool?
mean, if it was like Pacers, Raptors, and Drake's like two seats over from me, I'll be shit talking.
No, you
Yes.
wouldn't. No, you
Yes,
wouldn't.
I would.
There's
Yes,
no
I would.
way. You would not shit talk
If I'm
Drake.
sitting courtside, I'm at least famous enough or rich enough where I already know Drake. So we're boys. So I would.
Or it's
I mean,
some kind of like make a wish thing.
all right, that's fucked. That is you can't say that's me. Like, come on, that's fucked. All
It
right.
could, but like you never know.
Yeah, I
It
know. I
could
know.
be.
That's true. That's true. But okay.
This clip's gonna be
Which is also
crazy. This
kids.
clip's gonna
I
be
feel like
crazy if that's true. What if you're a 52-year-old with the make a wish if I want to be courtside next to Drake and I just want to shit talk Drake?
if the Drake would probably know the things. He couldn't shit talk me back or he's canceled. So
That clip,
that's the thing. See, both scenarios. I can
Drake
shit talk Drake.
Drake shits talk middle aged man who's dying. It's courtside. Clip it right now. That'd go viral, 100%. Oh yeah, courtside would be sick. I have I have one sports one on mine. Yeah, courtside would be cool. Would it have to be like we want to be a playoff game or just like a regular any game? You don't care.
I think it's got to be a playoff game, and to make my bucket list. But
Uh-huh.
honestly, yeah, any game would be good. But like
Yeah,
the obviously, preferably playoffs, Pacers, finals.
gotcha. All right. I don't hate it. My number 10. So the way I ranked these in my head was like most attainable to least attainable. So like my number one is like the bigger ones, the bigger goals that are like
Okay.
more hours put in, it would be harder to
Sure,
reach. So my number
sure,
10 is very attainable. I would just have to do it. Um,
sure.
I don't know. You've probably done one of these before. You know those bars at resorts where they're like swim up bars, like you're in the
Oh
water
my God, get it. Yes.
and you can
Wait.
swim up and like order a drink and you're like
Yep.
in the water.
Get
That's
every item on the menu.
no, just doing that, just the
Oh,
bar itself.
doing that. Okay.
Yeah, that's on my list. It's on my bucket list. I really want to do one of those. Those things seem super cool.
You're gonna find it's overrated as hell.
You did
Um,
it?
yes, I've. Okay, this sounds like a weird flex. I'm not like trying to flex here. I mean, I've been to a couple swim up bars in my day,
A
probably like four.
couple?
Yeah, I mean,
5? Did you say 5?
Cancun, Cabo. I went to one in Ohio. Fun fact.
There's one in Ohio?
Yes,
Why have I
it
not been?
it's called. Oh
I'm
my
writing.
gosh.
I'm gonna write this down.
Oh my God. Where's that place we went to in Ohio? I'll come back to that.
Okay, I'm
I'll
gonna put
find it.
Ohio question mark next to it on my. This is my actual
It's.
bucket list. I'm gonna cover it up, but this is like my actual bucket list.
I'll
Um,
find it.
wait, you've done
It was
that's ridiculous. It's just number 10 is going to one of those
in
bars.
Bahamas. Yeah, in Cancun. The last day we decided to. We were at the same pool, the same swim bar the whole day. We got every item on the menu, like because it was
Oh,
unlimited drinks, unlimited food and drinks. Obviously, like it was
yeah.
like all inclusive, and so just we got every single drink on the menu. It was pretty sick, and we
Wow.
were very. It was
Yeah.
a lot of sugar because they're all sugary drinks, and you're
Yeah.
just in the sun drinking sugar and alcohol. So
Oh,
it was not
that
good for you, but it was a good experience for sure.
that's the dream, man. That's again very attainable. I just have to do it. To give you an idea of like my list, I can find joy in the very small things, so that's why that's very attainable on my list. My number 11, my honorable mention that just missed the list was getting one of those giant bean bags. Like those mega bean bags that can fit like 7 people. I just want one of those. That would be my number 11. So that gives you an insight into my brain and how my
But
bucket list
I
works.
think it takes out like some of the beanbag essence if it's like super big. I think part of the beanbag is being,
No, I want it to be able to swallow me whole. Like I want to get lost in that thing. Like I want it to take me a couple minutes to
like a
get up.
ball pit, but it's a beanbag.
Yeah. It's like they took all the balls in the ball pit and put them in a bag and then zipped it up and then said, Wyatt, go jump in it. That's what I want my beanbag to be.
Jump on it. You can
I
jump.
imagine my future home, like living room, open concept, like leads out into a patio, big TV, 2 smaller TVs, and then instead of just a mega couch, just Huge
mega
ass mega
bag,
beanbag. Mega
and then
beanbag.
back a hot tub.
Sure. Yeah. A super cool hot tub because I turned down space to do that. Yeah.
I'll get back. I'll get back to that.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
I know. I didn't know where that's going. We're going up. But yeah, my number 10 is swim up bar.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good pick. My number nine, I think is obtainable. Very unlikely, but it's obtainable. Is meet Anadaramus. That is number nine.
Really?
I think a lot of other people have it on their list. That's why I'm putting it up there too, because that is just bucket list. You give me
She's
20
the
minutes.
one.
You give me 20 minutes. Yeah, she's the one. If it's like meet anybody in the world,
Wow.
I'm meeting Anadaramus, 100%. I think there's a
Wow.
couple people that would be cool to just like have a lunch with to like pick their brains that I'd
Mm-hmm.
pick over Anonymous, but like I don't know, that would just be like I'm saving all my riz for Anonymous. That's why I don't talk to girls because I save it.
That's why is saving it up.
Yeah.
That's an interesting choice. Out of all the people in the world that you can meet,
Yes.
hang out with, it's her.
Yes. She's.
Huh.
Oh,
So I don't have an answer to that question. Who my person would be? I have to really feel like it changes day to day, but I don't think it would be her. I don't. I'll be honest. I'll say this. No offense to her. I don't think she's top 10 in people I would want to meet in the world.
and I don't hate that. That's because it's a
Yeah,
preference thing.
it's preference.
Honestly, now I'm thinking we should rank. We should do a top 10 of people you want to meet in the world.
Oh, next week. Boom. That's easy. That
Yeah.
makes our job easier. Next week.
I just thought of some more. And I was like, damn, that would actually
Yeah.
be sick.
Top 10 people that have to be alive.
Okay,
Or
fair.
yeah, I
Or
say
recent
we do
alive.
no,
Yeah.
we'll say alive.
Fair.
Well, that's for next week. Little preview. All right. So meet Ana de Armas, number 9.
Yeah.
Where's my number 9? All right, number 9 is another very attainable thing. I want to take boxing lessons for like at least a couple weeks. Like I want to learn how to actually like throw a punch. Just like I feel like I would feel so good about myself. Just like actually like just and you have to humble yourself to walk in and be like, I have no idea what I'm doing. There's something cool about those experiences where like I am the lowest level of amateur novice. I don't know what I'm doing. Teach me. And it's like you're like clay. You're like clay that needs to be molded and like just a blank slate. And then just learning how to throw a punch and that'd be so cool. That's just be like a little back pocket trick you have. I feel like I gotta do that before 30 probably.
Yeah.
So that's a deadline because after 30, I'm like, I don't need a box, but I'm probably gonna do that probably next couple of years. Get a little more cash in my pocket, and then take some boxing lessons. I think that'd be really cool.
Now, do you want to do that solely for that one, game at like bars and stuff where you like punch the thing and it gives
Oh,
a
that'd be
score?
sick.
Are you
No,
doing it purely to be good at that game, so it's like a cool party trick, or are you
no,
doing it
dude,
to like defend yourself?
not even. I'm not doing it for any
You're not
other.
gonna do MMA or UFC,
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna ever fight anyone. I just want to do it to like have that in my arsenal, just to know that I could.
just as
Like
a fun fact.
yeah, just like know that I could like just learn and like it'd be cool to learn like the actual like strategy and technique a little bit because then when I'm watching boxing, I'm like, oh, like I can't do that, but I know why they did that. You know what I mean? It'd be cool to learn like a cool little hobby to pick up where I don't know anything about it. And I think that those are always cool things where it's like, I don't know anything about you. I think that's why a lot of people like to travel. This is so off topic, but sometimes you like to go to a different country because like, I know nothing about this. Let me learn and immerse myself into that. It'd be cool to do something with a little hobby like boxing. Just be like, I don't know anything about it. Let me learn and see what happens. But yeah, I'm not using it for any practical purposes, I guess, to like actually fight or defend myself. But I'm sure that wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt to have that in my back pocket.
I took karate lessons. I was in karate for I don't know, probably a couple months when I was like, when everybody joined karate in like
Yeah.
kindergarten, first grade. And honestly, looking back on it, I wish I stuck with it. I think it'd be so cool to be like casually bring up like I'm a black belt in karate. Like obviously it takes a lot of commitment and stuff, but like that'd be so sick. And I feel like there's a karate studio like probably 3 doors down from my apartment building. And like I see everybody coming in and coming out. And I'm like, damn, it'd be so cool to like do karate, but like I'm too old. I'm at that point where like it'd be kind of weird if I did karate.
That's the thing. It's like at this age, a very humbling experience to like do something like that. To just be like, you know what? fuck it. I don't know anything.
Yeah,
It does look weird for me to be in here right now, but it'd be cool to like actually follow through with.
yeah.
I don't think karate packs the same no pun intended, packs the same punch as boxing though.
That's
I feel like
rough.
it'd be way cooler. I think it'd be way cooler if you were a boxer than a black belt in karate.
I think. Well, I'd rather do karate just purely because I think it's more practical in
In
terms
what
of self
sense? Oh,
self
probably. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
All right, fair enough. If you're going
You know,
practicality.
the streets of Iraq. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah. All right. No, number 8, what you got?
my number 8 is okay. So I know a lot of people. This is probably on a lot of people's list, at least NFL fans. But I would like to watch a game at every NFL stadium. I've already probably been
Hmm.
to damn three, four or five.
Jeez.
Actually, three at least. I can probably think of Bengals, Colts, Patriots. Huh.
Well,
Hmm.
I've been to 3.
I feel like there's got to be more, but yeah, I think it'd be really cool. Like a nice little. I ran into somebody at a Reds game who was seeing every MLB stadium that
Mm-hmm.
summer. Like in one season, they did like a road trip thing where they just see a game at every stadium. I think
That's
that's really
cool.
cool. And
Yeah.
like you for like a road trip like that, it's the added of seeing every city with it. So I think it'd be really cool to do something like that over the course of my life. So yeah, see
Yeah.
every football game in every NFL stadium.
I've seen 3. Lucas Oil, uh what's Dallas's AT&T Stadium?
I think.
Yeah, and then US Bank
Oh,
Stadium.
I've been to the Texan Stadium too. So four. I've seen four.
What is that, like Allegiant Field, something like now? They
It
renamed
used
it.
to be NRG when I went to it. I think it's still NRG
Oh, it
Stadium.
might be NRG then. You're right.
I think they might have just changed it though. But
Who knows? I feel like that's one of those things I'm not consciously thinking about, but I could see myself maybe like 15 years from now being like, hey, like I've been to 7 or 8, maybe knock off a few more. Like
yeah,
maybe like
it's like
start to
one a
think about it.
year.
Yeah. But I don't think I'm actively thinking about it, but that would be cool. A lot of people do it with baseball. I feel like baseball is the one we get the diehards. Like I want to see every ballpark because that more than football, each ballpark's a little more unique
Mhm.
because it's just all built differently, which is kind of cool. But baseball is boring sometimes, so who
And
cares?
baseball regular season tickets are a lot cheaper than
Yes,
NFL.
it is a lot cheaper. Great point. All right, my number 8. This is where is it? Oh, my number 8 is spend a night at the Invisible House. Do you know what the Invisible House is? It's in
No,
Joshua
is it a
Tree.
house that's
Look it up. Look it up.
invisible?
So I want you to look up a picture right now. Just type in the Invisible House. So problem
Where
with
is it
my
located?
it's in Joshua Tree, California. Invisible House. It's so cool. It's literally so from on the outside looking in, on the outside it's all reflective mirrors, so you can't
I
see
mean, you
it.
can see that it's there
I mean,
though.
like
I'm
you
looking
see
at
that it's
pictures
there.
and I'm still seeing that it's fucking there.
Okay,
Like
but it's all
currently
like
invisible.
mirrors, whatever. But from the
It's just
inside,
mirrors.
and you're in
It's a
like
mirror house.
you're in the middle of the desert, and it's just this super nice, like super cool house with a pool, and it's super like you're in the middle of like nowhere. And I think it'd be
Yeah.
so cool to go like either take my family or
Is
just
it
take.
like an Airbnb?
I th- I'm pretty. You can rent it out. Let's see, how much does it cost to stay? Um, it's 150 grand a month. Imagine staying there for a whole month.
Damn, 150 grand a month? A weekend's probably, oh my gosh, that is never worth it. Wow, that is so expensive.
Yeah,
We
but
just buy
whatever.
it. At that point, just buy it.
Um, if you want to, blah blah blah, whatever. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I think it'd be really cool to stay there. The problem with my bucket list is I'll see a cool thing on someone else's like story or like someone posts something cool about something else, and I'm like, you know what? I want to do that bucket list. So there's a few spots on my bucket list that I'm like, I just wrote them down. I had to Google some 10 minutes ago because I didn't know what they were. I just wrote them down on my bucket list, like go to this place, do this thing. So, but that's one of those things I stand by. I think it'd be really cool to spend a night there.
Yeah.
Because imagine at night, dude, and you just, because like it's all mirrors. So at night, like there's no wall. You're just looking out into like the dark desert in the starry night. Oh, it'd be
That's
so cool.
scary. That's straight scary.
It would be terrifying, but like a really cool experience. I think it'd be dope.
I guess it would be cool, like having mirrors everywhere and people can't see into, and like knowing that people can't see.
Yeah,
You
they
just
can't see in. That's that. That's, yeah.
that would be cool.
Yeah.
My number 7 is going to space slash moon slash Mars. I'm putting all three there just because I think all three would be my top 10 because it'd be so sick. But obviously, it's not that likely it's going to happen slash obtainable, and just all three go together. I think either of the three would be sick. Once in a lifetime experience, except maybe not. I mean, people could actually be living on Mars. I think Elon said that or something. So I don't take it for a grain of salt or whatever. Um, yeah, I think it'd be so sick seeing like the Earth outside of the Earth. That's just beyond me.
Would you rather do that or get a really cool hot tub?
Space, 100%. Like
What's
without a doubt, in my mind. One, hot tubs are overrated as fuck. I'm sorry. Hot tubs are overrated. You go in there for like 10, 20, 30 minutes maybe, but then you get tired of them. I'm sorry. I'd rather have a really cool pool than a really cool hot tub. That's facts.
I don't hate that take actually, but I still think it's better than space. What would you rank the three? So you said space, moon, or Mars. What would you rank like the best
Oh,
to worst?
assuming all of them are like livable, I wouldn't
Yeah,
die. I
yeah,
wouldn't
all
die.
livable, no risks.
I think
I mean, space itself is just the bottom, right? Because you would have to go to space to go to the other two. But so Mars or the
I
moon.
think between Mars and Moon, I'm putting Moon over Mars. And because of this, I think it'd be cool seeing the American flag, like where they
Mm-hmm.
were, assuming it happened. I don't know.
Yeah.
And you could see the Earth from the moon, so you could also like be, that'd be cool, you know,
Yeah. I
and
agree.
like the whole gravity and shit, like that'd be cool.
Yeah, I would do it just for that part. Just for
Yeah.
like that would be a really cool experience.
Like just
Um,
imagine hanging with the boys on the fucking moon, just like throwing a football, and it just like leaves. It's
dude,
so sick.
imagine just dropping bombs on the
Like, come
moon.
on.
And they dive like 50 feet, they jump and they're just over like a crater. That's awesome. Dude, pick up football on the moon would go crazy.
That would be sick.
You tackle like you run up and tackle someone, you shove them 100 yards because you just that would be sick. That dude, what okay. Like 300 years from now, you think we're gonna have a football team on the moon? What if like imagine that home field advantage? They would never
No,
lose.
be a whole league. It would be a whole moon league.
It's gotta be its own
Moonball.
moon. Its own
Yeah,
moon
it's
league.
gotta be its own league. This is a whole different sport with difference of gravity. So
Imagine,
I'm not willing to talk. And I don't think we'd ever live on the moon. To be honest,
yeah.
I don't think
Well,
we would. It's not
imagine,
really a vibe. It's not really a
imagine,
vibe.
imagine like you don't live there. They just have a football stadium there. So it's like, oh, sorry, honey, got to go to work. You hop on a jet and you just go to the moon, practice, and fly back.
I
Like it's
think
just
it's a
commercial airline.
little more than a fucking jet. Like it's not a commercial airline. It's a
Yeah. What
fucking
if it
space.
was? What if it became that like
Yeah, I
500
mean,
years from
yeah,
now?
yeah. That's not out of the realm of possibility. So
Ah,
I,
sorry, honey. Meteor shower. You're not gonna make it home for dinner. Like that'd be
sorry,
crazy.
honey, your shower. Not gonna make it. Period.
Yeah, we'll see ya. It's been fun. Yeah, whatever. Space. People think I hate on space. I don't. I just think a really cool hot. I think it's a slightly overrated if you're just going to space because it's just 90% darkness. But whatever.
No, but like if you were space, but outside the Earth, so you like saw the Earth,
Yeah, you see the Earth, but then you go home
just
and
float.
then you go home and
That'd
then
be
you,
sick.
never again. So that the whole hypothetical is you can never go back. But
Look
whatever.
up the video. Look up the video of the longest free fall in history. I don't know if you've
The
seen
Red
it.
Bull guy.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
with that fell.
yeah, and he just
It's so sick.
dude
Watch it with
that's
motivational music. It'll have you ready to run through a wall.
dude that terrifies me because like what if you just like passed out?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
I would never
yeah.
do it, but the video is sick. So,
I feel like there comes a certain height where it doesn't get scarier, if that makes sense. Like you're
yeah,
so like
yeah.
it almost becomes less scary. And like that sounds dumb because like he's in space jumping off. But I think there's a certain height threshold where it becomes maybe not doesn't get less scarier, but it doesn't get scarier because you're just so high up, everything's tiny and whatever. But you have to be like
Yeah.
almost outside the atmosphere at that point.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, my number 7. Uh, this is this might be one of the harder ones for me to actually attain. It's run a marathon. I do want to run a marathon at some point. I just
I saw
like,
that on.
and I have it on my list, not because like, I don't know why I have it on my list. Actually, no, I know exactly why I have it on my list. Someone told me I could do it, and so I wrote on my list and said, "Watch me." Um, I don't have a huge desire to do it, but it would be cool to have done it. If that doesn't sound
Yeah. No, that
logical,
makes
but
sense. Makes
yeah,
sense.
it would be cool to like say, "Oh yeah, I ran a marathon before," but I have no desire to actually do it. But it would be cool to tell people that I did run a marathon, and the sense of accomplishment has to be crazy to like
Yeah.
train for that for months and then do it, and it's just like a very personal, like probably like cathartic experience to go through that. So I think that'd be really cool. Huh?
What's the word? Cathartic?
Cathartic? You've never heard that word?
Cathartic meaning.
CATHARTIC.
I got it. Strongly laxative.
That's not how I would really describe it, but like it's like it's like emotional, like almost
Providing
therapeutic.
psychological relief.
Yeah,
Okay.
like emotionally releasing and like therapeutic, almost probably a better word. You've never heard that
It's
word
also
before?
a purgative drug. I know I've heard of the word. I thought you were using it like
Okay, fair enough.
that's
But yeah, running marathon. That's my number 7.
yeah, that's a good one. My number 6 one's a fun one. You would think that this is least like one of the least likely things to happen, but I personally think it is one of the most likely things to happen on my list, besides a couple. But it's so I make a lot of little parlays. I make a lot of little parlays. I make a lot of anytime touchdown scores or something like that, where it's bet $1 to win like 150K. I have some that are like bet $1 to win 900K. And I on my bucket list is hitting one of those. Is hitting like a one to win more than my salary is the whole fucking year. I think that
Yeah.
would be just such a unreal experience. I wouldn't even know. Like I'd be so happy for like the next that would make my year. That would make honestly maybe my decade.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to pay a lot of taxes on it, which would
Yeah.
suck. But it would still be cool. You'd still, that's from $1. And imagine just the story. And
Yeah.
uh,
It's like winning the lottery, but so much better because you can say it was like your own personal skill that won you the money. Like, oh, I knew this
yeah.
was gonna happen, even though it was like the longest shot of all time. And then well, I had another point of why it's better than the lottery, but I don't know. Whatever.
I'll get to that later.
Like, okay. What all right, fair enough. But yeah, I think that would be really cool. That's every bettor's dream, I think. We all hold out for that moment, that bet.
The real betters don't ever do those because they don't do
Like,
parlays and
yeah.
they're stupid.
But the problem
That's
is,
the
like,
betting.
what if you get to the last leg, Monday Night Football, and they're offering you like 250 grand cash out?
So if it's bet one to win,
Let's
that's
say
why I never do them on multiple days. That's
yes,
why I always have
agree.
mine on Sunday night.
Okay,
I either do all the red zone games and Sunday night football,
mm-hmm,
or just the red zone games. Fuck Sunday night football. Don't
fair.
give it. Don't give me the option.
So, but let's hypothetical, 250K cash out. If the one leg hits, that's like minus 200 odds to win
It's a
450.
minus 200
Yeah,
odds.
it's a
Ooh,
minus 200.
it's like a Derrick Henry on. It's like a
It's
Derrick
Derrick
Henry.
Derrick Henry over 50 rushing yards. Like something like that. Where it's like it should hit. That's tough,
I'm.
dude.
I feel like I'm cashing out and just putting a lot of money.
You're
No,
hedging. You're gonna hedge?
if you told me, I think I write it. I think I write it.
No way. There's no
But if
way
it
you're
was
not clicking
like
that.
an touchdown score that was like a plus odds,
Yeah.
if I think plus odds and minus odds change the fact whether I cash out or not.
All right.
If it's minus odds, I ride with it. If it's plus odds, I cash out and use some of that money to put on
hedge.
That like
Yeah,
to,
I just imagine seeing that button, that green cash out button for like $250,000. All you have to do is click one button, you're
that would
200 or $250,000 richer. That would be crazy.
hmm.
They
Maybe
probably would
wait
offer
until
one. I
yeah.
don't know, but then what if they get rid of the cash out? Anyways, all right.
That's,
So that was your number 6, correct? Yeah.
yes.
All right. So my number 6
Yeah.
is also sports related. I guess I have 2 sports related on my list. Um, Catch a pass from an active NFL quarterback. I don't know what situation would be in just to like play catch with an NFL quarterback and just to see that ball come out and just toss the pigskin around. There's nothing better than just tossing the pigskin around with the boys. And then what if one of those boys,
Yeah.
NFL active quarterback? That
That
would
could
be
also
sick.
be a make-a-wish, I think.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
fine with that. If that's a make-a-wish, I'm fully on board. That would be sick. That pause. You know what they should do for Make-A-Wish? This is little like a business pitch for Make-A-Wish or like a competitor to Make-A-Wish. They should just have the person, the patient. Is that the person how I would refer to them? The patient of the Make-A-Wish? Recipient. Let's say
Or
recipient.
recipient.
Yeah, let's say the recipient. They should just go through their bucket list and do them all instead of just like you could do the one thing. Just like how cool would that be to
Money.
like, whatever. It would be
Money.
cool.
It's
Whatever. Fine. Ruin these kids' dreams. Ruin these dying kids' dreams, Michael. Because you can't afford a little money.
Okay.
That's on you. That's on you. Think of the
Make-a-wish probably can't.
Think of the children. But yeah, catch a pass from an active NFL quarterback. It has to be active. Can't be some old washed out fart like Peyton Manning or like Drew Brees. I don't want you. Get out of here. Give me an active
So you
NFL.
wouldn't want to catch what? You wouldn't catch pass from
I would.
Peyton
I would
Manning?
drop it. I would
So
purposely drop it.
you'd rather catch a pass from Davis Mills
Yeah.
than Peyton Manning.
Right now, yeah. If Peyton threw it
Oh
to
my
me,
God.
now here's what I do. If Peyton threw
Stop.
it to me, I would drop it. I'd be like, washed, bad throw. It's a bad throw. I'll just blame it on him. If Aaron Rodgers threw me a ball right now, I would catch it and then punt it back at his face. That's what I would do.
Damn,
But
that was a little harsh.
he tells kids
All
to do
right,
drugs.
that's
He
not a
tells kids to
terrible
do
one.
drugs. But yeah, catch pass, NFL active.
He does. My number 5 is so there's kind of like a two-parter. It's like make a song, like put out a song and everything. But also the second part of it is like hit song. Like hit song, I think it'd be so cool to have like just a hit song, like fucking win a Grammy, which I think that's a little different. But just like having a hit song, even if you're like a one hit wonder, having one like largely majority of American people know is pretty sick. That'd be pretty cool. And like your legacy lives on just from that one song. Like I don't know, think of like a song from the 70s that artist only has one song. There's probably one. I don't know off the top of my head, but there's probably one. So yeah,
Are
hit song.
are you
Like
taking
all
any
time.
are you taking any active steps to achieve this goal?
Yes.
Are you writing some songs?
No.
But
I'm
you're
learning how to
still
play the guitar.
hell yeah. All right, there we go. It's a good
So
start.
that's why Michael Bailey music's been a little inactive on TikTok. He's
Yeah,
learning
you
a new
just
instrument.
learn. Fair enough.
Just wait till I get it. Then it's GG's.
Everyone follow Michael Bailey Music on TikTok. We also have, if I don't know if you saw this, my interview with Jack Cody, who is arguably one of the bigger Jason Tatum fans in the world. He
Bigger than
said
us?
that was we got in an argument, whatever. But if Jason Tatum ends up winning a Finals MVP, not if, when he wins the Final MVP, and we make the sequel to Boat, he's agreed to feature on it. To be a part of it. Okay. Dude, you gotta turn your ringer off.
Yeah, I don't know how this happens. I don't know how I do that on without turning off the volume.
That's fine. You don't have to. You can leave it. You won't get that many more texts.
I'll just keep the text message open, and so I won't get the notification. Nope.
Fair enough. Whatever. What were you gonna say?
I think we got to shoot for bigger than that. To be honest, like maybe him as a feature, but also I think we got to try to get like fucking like Deuce. I don't know if he can talk
Wow.
yet, but we need to Deuce Tatum on that bitch.
Dude, we get a Deuce Tatum feature. What if we just get Jason Tatum in it?
That would be sick, but there's no way he would do that. But
Dude,
that'd be
what?
sick.
Dude, and then that's his like intro song the next season. Jason Tatum.
That would be
Dude,
legendary.
imagine. He just comes out
That
after
would be
winning
legendary.
Finals MVP, taking over the league, and he walks out, and you just hear our voices over the Megatron. Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum. Hell yeah. And the whole crowd's going crazy. They have boat merch everywhere. They're just like him on a boat. Oh, dude, electric.
But then every other NBA fan that's not the Celtics hates that song, and it hates.
Yeah, but
I
like
don't know.
we get the people going.
But then I'd be able to sit courtside at a Celtics game, probably.
Exactly. And
Yeah,
we'd perform.
that'd be
We'd perform it at halftime.
yeah, halftime show for
And
sure.
that's your hit song. This is checking off a bunch of
Yeah,
boxes. So
just
many
checking off
boxes.
like 3 or 4 of them.
Hell, I think we
Yeah.
know what we need to do. We need to put all our marbles into this boat box. This little boat box.
Once we hit the parlay, once
Once
we hit the $1
we
parlay,
spend
then
all
we
our
have the
money.
on
Perfect.
making the song. Yeah, makes sense.
Hell yes. All right, perfect. My number. Wait, you just said number 5 hit song. My number 5. Where are you at? Oh, this is very random, and I don't know why I want to do this so bad, but I think it would be very cool to swim in the ocean as the clock hits midnight on New Year's Eve. Like run into the ocean, 10, 9, just bring in the new year in the ocean. And like I imagine like no one's on the beach. It's like you and a couple buddies and you just run into the ocean. I feel like it'd be such like a
And a fucking
euphoric
shark. 3, 2,
two.
1.
I just think it'd be such a like a euphoric like
Next year.
feeling to just like swim in the ocean on New Year's Day. Like as New Year's Day becomes new, as you bring in the new year, I think it'd be very cool, like euphoric feeling. I don't know how I forget how I
Because
thought of
also,
it.
because also there's probably fireworks going off, so you can see them
Yeah,
too. You
dude,
know,
I have this
if it's
vision.
someplace that
I envision it. I just like see it in my head. This image of just
probably
like
from a movie. Probably from a
it
movie.
might. It's probably could be in a movie, maybe a song, whatever. And I wrote it down. I was like, I got to do this at some point. I don't know what beach. I don't know where. I don't
That'd
care
be
if
cool. I
it's
mean, if you're not like going to like either a bar or like a New Year's Eve party, and you're like somehow I don't know, maybe you're just taking a trip to the beach.
mm-hmm.
Like, aren't you gonna go to Tampa for New Year's
Yeah,
this year?
but I'll be there like the third after New Year's. Yeah, unfortunately. But yeah, like maybe just like take a trip down to Florida, New Year's Eve at a beach bar that's on the beach, and then as it gets close to midnight,
Yeah,
sneak off and just run to the ocean. Whatever I'm wearing, like fully
that'd be
clothed, not prepared, just get drenched in whatever I'm like. That would be so cool, very cool. Yeah, that's
cool.
my number 5. We're
Okay,
starting.
my
I'll say this right now. We're starting to enter the sappy portion of my list where it's more
okay,
emotional.
same,
Okay.
same.
I'm letting you know that we're crossing that threshold.
We have very similar top three.
Probably close.
We have
Yeah.
very similar like top three, two of the top three.
Yeah.
So my number 4 is Europe trip / seeing the world. Like I want to go on a Europe trip. Not honeymoon. I originally thought I wanted to do my honeymoon in Europe, but I decided against it.
Yeah, you said
well,
that a couple
obviously,
weeks ago, I think. You want to do a
yeah, because I think it would be like there's a lot of planning for Europe trips and a lot of busyness. Like you're traveling a lot, and I think that'd be a little too much when you just like had to plan for a fucking wedding and do that. So like you
Mhm.
kind of need to relax after a wedding. But yeah, I think Europe trip, seeing a bunch of different countries in 2 weeks or a month would be really cool. Traveling and not even just Europe. I think it'd be cool to see like Australia, go to China, be cool. Don't really have any interest in like going to Africa
I want to go to
or
Australia. Australia would be
South America.
sick.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to go to Australia and China and Europe. So
I like it.
yeah,
It's a good pick. My number 4 is very business oriented. I want to own an office space, like a exterior office space. Obviously, like technically like the studio or like a smaller studio. I want an actual brick and mortar office space, good time headquarters, people work in, come to work, like an actual business office. And like this is good time HQ. Right now, obviously it's a studio. The HQ1 was an attic, HQ2 is a bedroom, HQ3 is probably going to be like a storage unit somewhere. And then my guess is by HQ5 we'll reach this goal. I don't know what HQ4 is going to look like. Don't know what HQ3 really is going to look like yet. But HQ3 is in the process. We're in the beginning stages of HQ3. But yeah, just own an office space for a good time. I think that's the dream. That's a very business oriented goal, but it's a bucket list item still, I think, because good time and business and life are kind of overlapping in my life a little bit. So I think it can be on my bucket list.
So when you say brick and mortar, like renting a floor of an office building or like whole office building,
I'm open to
or is that HQ6, HQ7? They're like different.
I'm open to different options, but I just want a physical location that not just me and like a few other people can work out of. Because like I
It's
imagine
like has a kitchen and stuff, and like has
yeah,
like
like an actually functional office space. That's not just like a ragtag. Put this all together because we're kind of hustling right now. We're like we spend
yeah.
some money on this place, legit money to get a really nice office space. So that's
Gotcha.
the goal. That'll be such a I'm manifesting this moment to be such a cool moment, like walking in there on like the first actual open business day of
And do the cutting of
cutting the ribbon.
with giant
Giants.
scissors.
No, I'll do the little.
Unnecessarily big
I'll do
scissors.
little tiny like.
Or you get little kids
Yeah,
scissors. You get
yeah.
little
I'll get
kids.
the tiny ones. Yeah, yeah, dude. That moment's gonna be crazy. Michael, you can be there. I'll allow it. You can be there opening day. You'll be full time at that
Nice.
point.
I'll allow it. I'll
You'll
allow
be
it.
you'll
Okay.
be full time at that point. So you'll be actually mandated to be there. So
Oh, it's gonna be mandatory. Okay.
yeah, clear your
Hardball.
schedule. Clear your schedule.
Well, I don't know when it's gonna be, so how can I
April
put my schedule?
26th, 20
Actually,
April
my
26th,
my
2025.
schedule is cleared. My schedule is cleared
Okay.
because I don't plan anything multiple years in advance. So
All right.
boom.
April 26th,
Plan anything
2025.
multiple months in.
April
All right,
26th,
my number 3.
2025.
I'm gonna write that down.
Right now, April 26th, 2025. Put it in your calendar right now. That's opening day HQ4. No, HQ5.
April 26th,
26th,
2020.
2025. Are we busy that day? Do we have anything going on? Is there any birthdays?
Um,
That's post Final Four. That's a good opening. I think, yeah.
yeah, it was April 2024 still. It's on a Friday.
That's perfect.
Yeah, I guess.
Or should we change it
Oh,
to the
which
29th?
birthday is my calendar?
Should we do the 29th? So it's a
That's
Monday.
Tuesday.
Wait,
That's the 20th then.
huh?
You say the 25th of April?
That's the 26th. Was the first
Oh,
day.
then Saturday. That's a Saturday.
You're right. All right. Let's do the 28th, 28th.
8th.
That
At
Monday.
that point, might as well just do May 1, a Thursday, the next Thursday. I feel like May 1's a cool
No, I
day.
want to do. All right, fine. May 1. Fine. I'll move it up for you. And when I get pissed off 3 years from now that you made me move this date, I'm gonna come back to this clip. But all right, lock it in.
That'd be so funny if it's like rainy, rainy on Thursday and it was
And
nice.
I'm
No,
gonna
okay.
be so mad at you.
My number 3 is winning the lottery. Obviously, the parlay thing is cool, but I'm talking like the lottery, like the 3.2 billion that was like a couple fucking months ago or weeks ago or whatever. Like that kind of lottery. I think it'd be so cool that like it would just be so confusing. And I think it'd be such a challenge to mentally deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds weird, but like I think it would be. And like you'd have to like live your life in secrecy for a amount because you can't really like let people know that. You can't really tell people. You gotta keep it really low key. But I think just like that amount of money, you could do a lot of good with it. You could turn that money into more money. I don't know. I think you could do a lot with it. I think it would be. That's definitely bucket list. Like that'd be top
Yeah.
one day of my life. For sure.
Yeah. I don't know, like winning the lottery, obviously like life changing, no shit. I also feel like part of me would so much like imposter syndrome from winning this lottery because like there's something about like grinding and like hustling for your money. If you're just like giving all of it for
Yeah.
getting numbers right, I'd be like, I don't
But then
deserve
it's about what you
this.
do with it. It's about what
Yeah,
you
I
do with
agree.
it.
Yeah, but there'd be so much like almost guilt, I think.
I think it's
Like to a certain
responsibility. I think it's responsibility.
yeah, and
Guilt and responsibility.
I don't like that. I don't like either of those things. Those are two of my least favorite things. Guilt and responsibilities. So I don't know if I would do well under that pressure of winning the lottery. I would just have too much anxiety about like what to do with it. But obviously, like it's generational wealth that would change your lives forever. And not only your life, but like everyone around you, which would be crazy. That was number 3.
Yep.
Okay. My number 3, again, like we said, we're entering the sappy side of the bucket list. My number 3 is walk my daughter
Yep.
down the aisle. So I don't know if I've said this on air before, but I've been pretty adamant about this before. I know for a fact my first kid is going to be a girl.
Is
And
that
people are
because
like,
all your you only have brothers?
not even that. It's just like a weird, you know how you just like, you know that you're like, you're talking to me right now. I know that 2 + 2 is 4. I know my first kid's gonna be a girl. And people are always like, I know you're gonna be like, how do you know? Like, what if
Jinxing
it's
it. Like, yeah, you're jinxing it.
no. But people are always like, but like, what if it's not? I'm like, no, it is. Like, I know. And I can't articulate it any better than that. People are like, oh, but like, what if it isn't? What if it's not? It's a girl.
Can you clip this just in case it isn't? I'm gonna like show to your son one day
Just
and be
go.
like,
You can't. Like, it doesn't matter. You can clip it all you want. I've said this a billion times. I know.
okay.
I know I'm having a daughter.
The odds are like 50-50. Just saying.
They're not. It's 100%. I know
Okay.
for a
I
fact.
believe you then. I believe you then.
All right. Fair
Yeah, that
enough.
would be a really cool.
Yeah. Walk my daughter down the aisle. Let's be.
Well, what if you don't approve of the guy? You don't approve of the guy she's marrying.
You know what? You know what? I trust her.
And is it top three? Then is it top two?
I'll move it down to like 6 or 7. The dude's kind of an asshole. He won't be because I trust her.
That's
But
true.
but yeah, it could fluctuate a little bit, maybe. Maybe. If he's like a TikToker, I'll move it down to like 7 or 8.
You think TikTok would still be a thing when your daughter's getting married?
No, it'll be like hologram shit. He'll be a
Holotalk. Oh, that sounds like Holocaust. That was fucked. That was fucked. That was fucked. That's on me. Holotalk.
that's like a weird side of TikTok you don't want to be on. Like, dude, I don't know how I ended up on Holotalk. That is crazy.
I think we're gonna have the same number 1 and 2, pretty much.
All right. Well, that's my number 3. Walk my daughter down the aisle.
I thought that was number 2.
That was 3.
Oh, okay. Then we're
You're
gonna
on
have
2. You're on 2.
my number 2. Going along with that is my kid's birth. I think birth for me it will be better purely because it's like that thing is so little, and I'm not doing any of the like the hard work
Yeah,
in
you're just
terms of
enjoying it.
I'm just enjoying it, kind of laughing. It'd be kind of humorous how like pissed the missus would be, but that'd be just a pure moment, especially when you're just holding your baby for the first time. And if I do have multiple kids, God willing, um, like equal, they're equal. I think first one would be slightly above, but like
Yeah,
all of them,
I
but
can
it would
only
be equal.
assume. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's a cool moment. Cool. There's a great line in the what's that Jordan Davis song that's kind of going viral? Uh oh, next thing you know, where it kind of goes through stages of life, those classic country songs. I think I've talked about in the show before. I'm a sucker for those types of country songs. But there's a line in there, uh it's like the nurse says, like, how you doing there, dad? But no one's ever called you that. Like that first moment where someone calls you dad and like it's real, like that'd be crazy.
Yeah,
That would be
that would
crazy.
be.
But yeah, no, I agree. That's a good pick. My my number 2 is again, this is why people are gonna be like, oh, like no one cares about that. Who cares? This is why it's very personalized to me. Watch the Vikings win the Super Bowl with my family.
I knew
I
that
mean,
was gonna be on your list. I knew
yeah.
it.
Oh, it had to
I
be.
don't want to
Sorry,
spoil it.
audio
I knew
cut out
it.
for a second. Always happens. Once we go over an hour, It always cuts out.
But yeah, that's good. That's a good pick for you. Personally, I don't care. And I do think your Vikings Super Bowl. Did you hear me?
I heard that you personally don't care.
No, I personally don't care about the Vikings, but I understand how it would mean so much to you.
Yeah.
And as a Patriots fan, I don't think it means as much if it happened again, when it happens
Yeah.
again, because I know you've never seen one and you've never had
Dude,
that happiness of
I
running around streaming.
I
Um,
I would be lying if I said I don't tear up just thinking about it. Like just thinking about that possibility of that happening, I like cry.
yeah.
I will like I'm going to bawl my eyes out that the day that happens. And the fact that like
I,
we're not crazy. I know frauds, whatever. We're not crazy far away from the possibility of that happening this year.
yeah, I
It's
don't
not.
disagree. I
We've
don't
been
disagree.
further away in years past. We're closer
Yeah,
now than we have been.
it's not like you're a fan of Houston Texans. Yeah,
Yes, exactly.
you know,
Which again, it just
like
makes
you,
it
you're
even harder each year. But
yeah.
that moment. I would be
I was
fine
thinking about putting.
dying there in that moment.
Damn,
I think I would. I think I would.
that's got deep.
I would. I just that
That's
moment
got
like
deep.
that full euphoria. I can't even imagine. But yeah, I know people are gonna comment that
What if
no
it
one,
happened?
huh?
What if it happened? What if the Super Bowl got flexed somehow to New Year's Eve and it happened right
And
at
I,
midnight and you're watching it from the ocean?
and I run into the
Or like it
ocean.
happened, the Minnesota Miracle happened again in the Super Bowl. Vikings won, and it was like 3-2. And then right after that, right after the game ended, you heard 10, 9, 8, 7,
Serious?
6. Are you sprinting
I
with your
would not.
Vikings gear?
I don't think I'd be able to. I'd probably had a heart attack. If the Minneapolis Miracle happened at a Super Bowl stage, I'd have a heart attack. Like my body wouldn't be able to handle that amount of stress.
Yeah, that'd be insane.
It's like crazy because like
Um,
even like the Vikings Bills game, like
that's insane.
I probably lost 3 or 4 years off my life during that game. What my body went through. And like I can't take much more of it. I need a Viking Super Bowl soon. Because I don't know how much longer I could do this.
You should tell the Vikings to that. You should
I
tell
should.
them.
Put me in the pregame speech. KOC, if you're listening, if you guys make the Super Bowl or NFC Championship game, even, I'll be there. And just let me fire these boys up. Let me get the boys run.
You should
Huh?
start with like a regular season game first.
No, no.
Like
I
work
want
your
them to
way
be
up.
like, I walk in the locker room. Hey, I know none of you know who I am, but I know who the fuck you are. I know who each and every one of you are. I'm practicing already. I'm ready to go. But yeah, it's Viking Super Bowl #2 on my list.
Okay, yeah, I was thinking about putting. Um, Personally, for me, I think the biggest one for me right now, since just because I think it'd be Pacers championship is #2 or no 3. If Purdue won the football playoff, would be 2, and if Purdue won March Madness, be 1. I think in
Okay,
sports, in terms of winning championships,
gotcha.
that would be the order for me. I was thinking about putting it on my list, but I kind of wanted to also incorporate everybody else's opinions and not
Hmm.
didn't want to be biased. No offense, but that's good list. That's good for you.
There's also like no #2 for me on that sports list of like things I want to accomplish. Because like
Like it's just different tiers to it.
it's Vikings. Like the Vikings are all I have.
Yeah,
The Cubs are like the Cubs, and like
and they had their 20.
I had that moment, and it was amazing. It will never be the same as that moment. So it's Viking Super Bowl, and then Cubs World Series 2 would be like way down there, way down
Yeah.
there. Yep.
Um, my
Number
number
one,
one. I think we're gonna have the same one. I really do.
we definitely
Because
are.
if the Viking Super Bowl wasn't your number one, I think we're gonna have the same one. And I think it's gonna be wedding day, marriage, getting married.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep. Number
Yeah,
one.
that's what I put.
I
I think
phrased
that's
it. What was your phrasing? Just wedding day?
getting married,
Okay.
wedding day. So
I
like
wrote
I think
marry my
celebrating
best.
day
I wrote
is maybe
marry
the
my.
best.
Sorry, you go.
Oh, marry your best friend. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I wrote.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of implied,
Yeah.
you know? But yeah, I think that'd be a really cool day.
It's gonna be a sick day, dude.
God willing. So
That'd be awesome. And the party afterwards would be crazy. It's gonna be like
yeah.
the best 48 hours ever.
What's your dream wedding? I know like girls like to plan their weddings out, but I think guys should also have equal right to having like a goal or like a plan or an idea of what their ideal wedding should look like.
See,
I know
like,
obviously girl gets to pick, and I understand that.
yeah.
And I'm all for it, but like
I
I know
like
you have an idea.
see. I don't because like I really don't care about any of that. If that makes like, I'm like I like
Yeah.
as long as like the people are there and like the event itself is happening, everything else around it that could fall apart and I'd be okay. Like as long as the main core things happen, I'm fine with it. I don't care. The other stuff, like the other like big things, I don't care. Whatever. I'll get married in a
Yeah.
plane. Nah, I take that back. Has to be on the ground.
Yeah.
Has to be on the ground. That's my only rule. Has to be on the ground. Then I'm in.
I think my thing, I don't want a destination wedding where it's
True.
like you have to
Yes.
much have people make spend money and like make your like their vacation around your wedding day. I think that's a little selfish.
Yes. I agree with that one.
But yeah,
Yeah. All right. Well, look at us. When was the last time we had the same number one?
we've had it a couple of times. I think this is probably like third or fourth time.
I know. I
I
can't
don't
remember the
know.
last time.
We should maybe make an Excel sheet or something, you know,
I
so then
have
we
one.
can
I
find.
have one from I have an Excel sheet that went through the I think the summer and then I stopped doing it starting in August.
But we've had the same number one a couple of times.
Yeah, we definitely have. Well, all right, folks, that is our top 10 Tuesday on a Wednesday. You're probably watching this after the graphics already came out. So go vote. You can go vote right now. The poll is up. Go vote for whoever's list you like better. I don't know, who's leading right now. I don't know what the scoreboard is. But yeah, go vote. We love
It's one last week.
I think you might have won last week. I didn't check. You jumped out to an early lead last
Honestly,
week.
I didn't vote last. I didn't vote last week. That's because I
Let's
remember
check.
voting. I always vote, and I've never
I'm gonna go check right now. Let's find out
because
who
the
won.
series is at 2-2-1. I think the series was at 2-2-1. So if I won, I think it would have been 2-2-2. Right? I could be wrong.
Michael.
What was it? Was it a tie?
It's tie.
Actually? Yo, so double or
So
nothing for this week?
do we double? I can't believe I never checked this. It
Double
was a
or nothing
tie.
this week?
I think we double or
I
nothing.
had no idea. Let's do double or nothing. So this week means two.
All right. This week means two.
Let's do it.
All right,
This week
I'm in.
means two. So like double. So it's like double Jeopardy. Double kind of, sort of. Double Jeopardy.
That's crazy. All right. Well, yeah, this week
I
means
totally
two.
got it.
So
Damn, I didn't vote. If I voted, I would have won.
yeah, you. All right, everyone.
Because I always vote for myself. I can't vote for you.
Yeah. All right, everyone, go vote. It counts as 2 points. So go vote right now. It'll be live on our Twitter. And thanks for tuning in. Go buy your merch. New Battleflix merch is available. All that good stuff. And yeah, thanks for tuning in as always. Make sure you subscribe. Get yourself a good time hat. All right. Peace out, folks.